Of all these powers, the greatest was the last. Arriving late from a far plane of thought, into a packed, irrational world of chance, where all was grossly felt and blindly done, yet the haphazard seemed the inevitable. Came reason, the squat Godhead artisan, to her narrow house upon a ridge in time. Adept of clear contrivance and design, a pensive face and close and peering eyes, she took her firm and irremovable seat, the strongest, wisest of the troll-like three. Armed with her lens and measuring rod and probe, she looked upon an object universe, and the multitudes that in it live and die, and the body of space and the fleeing soul of time, and took the earth and stars into her hands to try what she could make of these strange things. Impatient of enigma and the unknown, intolerant of the lawless and the unique, imposing reflection on the march of force, imposing clarity on the unfathomable, she strove to reduce to rules the mystic world. Ignorant of all but her own seeking mind, to save the world from ignorance she came, a sovereign worker through the centuries, observing and remolding all that is. Confident, she took up her stupendous charge. There the low bent and mighty figure sits, bowed under the arc lamps of her factory home, amid the clatter and ringing of her tools. A rigorous stare in her creative eyes, coercing the plastic stuff of cosmic mind, she sets the hard inventions of her brain in a pattern of eternal fixity. For the world seen she weaves a world conceived. She spins in stiff but unsubstantial lines, her gossamer word webs of abstract thought, her segment systems of the infinite, her theodicies and cosmogonic charts and myths by which she explains the inexplicable. An inconclusive play is reason's toil. Each strong idea can use her as its tool. Accepting every brief, she pleads her case, open to every thought she cannot know. The eternal advocate seated as judge armors in logic's invulnerable mail 1,000 combatants for truth's veiled throne, and sets on a high horseback of argument to tilt forever with a wordy lance in a mock tournament where none can win. Absolute her judgments seem, but none is sure. Time cancels all her verdicts in appeal, although like sunbeams to our glowworm mind, her knowledge feigns to fall from a clear heaven. Its rays are a lantern's lustres in the night. She throws a glittering robe on ignorance. As if she knew not facts are husks of truth. The husk she keeps, the kernel throws aside. An ancient wisdom fades into the past, the age's faith becomes an idle tale. God passes out of the awakened thought, an old discarded dream needed no more. Only she seeks mechanic nature's keys. A loaded, huge self-work machine appears, to her eyes eager and admiring stare, an intricate and meaningless enginery of ordered fateful and unfailing chance. Ingenious and meticulous and minute, its brute unconscious accurate device unrolls an unerring march, maps a sure road. It plans without thinking, acts without a will. A million purposes serves with purpose none, and builds a rational world without a mind. Our thoughts are parts of the immense machine, our ponderings but a freak of matter's law. The mystic's law was a fancy or a blind, of soul or spirit we have now no need. Matter is the admirable reality, the patent unescapable miracle, the hard truth of things, simple, eternal, soul.
Thus vindicated, crowned the grand new thought, explained the world and mastered all its laws, touched the dumb roots, woke veiled tremendous powers, it's bound to service the unconscious gins that sleep, unused in matter's ignorant trance.
But when on matter's rock of ages based, a whole stood up firm and clear-cut and safe, all staggered back into a sea of doubt, this solid scheme melted in endless flux. She had met the formless power inventor of forms. Suddenly she stumbled upon things unseen. A lightning from the undiscovered truth startled her eyes with its perplexing glare and dug a gulf between the real and known, till all her knowledge seemed an ignorance. Once more the world was made a wonder web, a magic's process in a magical space, an unintelligible miracle's depths whose source is lost in the ineffable. Once more we face the blank unknowable.
In a crash of values, in a huge doom crack, in the sputter and scatter of a breaking work, she lost her clear, constructed world.
A quantum dance remained, a sprawl of chance. All grew a chaos, a heave and clash and strife. Creation and destruction waltzed and armed on the bosom of a torn and quaking earth, all reeled into a world of Kali's dance. Alone a process of events was there, and nature's plastic and protean change, and strong by death to slay or to create, the riven invisible atom's omnipotent force. One chance remained, that here might be a power to liberate man from the old inadequate means and leave him sovereign of the earthly scene. For reason then might grasp the original force to drive her car upon the roads of time. All then might serve the need of the thinking race. An absolute state found orders absolute. To a standardized perfection cut all things. In society build a just exact machine. Then science and reason, careless of the soul, could iron out a tranquil uniform world. Aeonic seekings glut with outward truths, and a single pattern thinking force on mind, inflicting matter's logic on spirit's dreams, a reasonable animal make of man, and a symmetrical fabric of his life. So might it be if the spirit fell asleep, man then might rest content and live in peace, master of nature who once her bondslave worked, the world's disorder hardening into law. If life's dire heart arose not in revolt, if God within could find no greater plan. But many-visaged is the cosmic soul. A touch can alter the fixed front of fate. A sudden turn can come, a road appear. A greater mind may see a greater truth, or we may find, when all the rest has failed, hid in ourselves the key of perfect change.